Next chapter, next class is about stacked bar. Okay, stacked bar, where we normally use this stacked bar when we want to represent the data. When you want to represent the data by bar, okay, and divide the bar by using some other dimensions. That means when I have a kind of data in the bar, okay, now I want to divide this bar by using some other dimensions. That means when I say this, I have some departments. I have some departments. Department is representing by bar. Okay. If I have some subcategories, and I want to represent this subcategory data by dividing the each bar. So that means I have a department 1, department 2 and department 3. In each department I have some other subcategory data. That means when I drag my subcategory data, and that bar is divided by the kind of subcategory. That means this data, the total bar representing about the total sales of the department, but when I drag my subcategory data, the bar has been divided by subcategory data. Now see, let's have a small kind of chart about the stacked bar. So now here I have a product category, okay, and sales. When I see this bar, right, I can able to understand that each category wise sales. Now we have three categories here. One is furniture, supplies and technology. Now let me drag product subcategory to the color. Now when I drag subcategory to the color, and the bar has been, those three bar has been divided by each kind of department, each kind of product category. See, now it has been representing the data by category wise. That means if the total furniture data has been multiple, the combination of these product subcategory. Now let me see this, what kind of subcategories each product contains that. Now let me drag product category to the label and sales to the label again. That means you will able to see that how the data has been dividing by each bar. And now if the furniture has almost 4 subcategories, and office supplies categories almost has 6 subcategories. That means because of these subcategories, the bar has been divided by categories. Now it is now representing that when I say this is your highest sales, this is your second highest sale, this is your third highest sale, this is your fourth least sales. Thus bar is dividing like kind of mixing of the values, which I wanted to show that high value to low value or low value to high value. That means ascending of your inside bar by using all the bars. Now see this, it is now representing furniture highest sales is chairs and chair mats, but what is my second highest sales is tables. Now I want to make that to be from highest value to lowest value or lowest value to highest value. Now to represent like this, now let's just right click on the product subcategory and click on the sort option. Now sorting is already has a sorted by data source order, but now I want to sort this product category subcategory data by sales. Now click on the field and select the apply. Now see this, data has been updated by low value to highest value. If I click on the descending, the bar will be shows by like from starting means the point here is, it will be ascending, it will be kind of descending, where it take care of the first value is a lowest value. Now click on the descending and click on this. Now this is the way how stacked bar representation. I am now arranging that this inside bar by giving ascending or descending options. This is we call it as a stacked bar. See, stacked bar representation is when you have a product which you can say that is a kind of high category, If you have a low category by product type, you can drag this product type to the color. You have to drag product type, product and sales to the column and rows. So by using this product type, the data, the bar has been divided. I am now applying that ascending of or descending of the product subcategory by using sorting option from the color legends. Okay. Now this is the stacked bar. Now next one is dual axis. Dual axis chart is very important, where we normally created this chart by using one dimensions and two measures. That means you are representing dimensions and two measures. The dual axis is a combination of two measures and one dimensions. Now if I want to represent two measures, it's like one is a kind of like this, and this is about sales. That means we have a one measures in one axis and one more measure in one more axis. Profit is a one more measures. So we are now representing two axes. Sales is a one axis, profit is a one axis. Now the sales is representing with the bar. But I am applying the sales with the line chart. What is the line? What is the profit? By using your sales. That means the bar has been updated with the sales data. The line has been giving you information about profit. This is what a kind of dual axis. So this is we can also say that this is a custom chart, which we don't have a options in show me. We don't have these options to create a dual axis. Now dual axis. Now let me drag my product subcategory to the column. Then drag sales information, sales measures to the row, and profit measures to the next to the sales. Now this is representing that two axis. We can say this two axis, but not a dual axis. Two axis means one axis representing sales, one more axis representing profit. Now let me combine the data. Let me create a dual axis. By right clicking on the second measures. Now second measure here is the profit. And click on dual axis. When you click on the dual axis, the profit is right side of your view. See this, right side of your view, but that representing sales and profit is representing as a circle view. Let me select the different marks for the different measures. Now click on the sales and select the bar. Now bar is representing the sales informations. Now when I select the bar, right, somewhere your data has been more than ever, your profit has been more than ever sales. That means this sales is 4,50,000, but when the profit is representing in a circle, it is representing on the top of the bar. That means users may be misunderstanding that there is a sales more than the your profit. It never possible, right? It never possible. Profit should not be above the sales. That means if there is some kind of kind of access here. Now let me show you that why those gap has been between sales and profit. See, when I have a sales, right, sales scale is showing from 0, 2000k, 4000k, 6000k, but whereas profit representing that 0k to 100k, 2000k. That means this scale, profit scale and sales scale showing different numerics. So to change that means we need to show this sales marks or sales scale and profit scale should be a similar marks type. Now to do that, right clicking on the profit in the view, and click on the synchronize axis. Now when I click on the synchronize axis, you just check that how profit scale has been changing. Now see this profit scale is 0 to 2000, 4000, 600k in the similar way in the sales as well. Now change profit mark type to line. See, now thus one sales is representing in the form of bar chart, profit is representing in the form of line chart. You can also apply the same chart, like same bar for the profit as well, but the thing is you are not able to understood that how the profit and how much is the sales. Better to give us two different mark type for the two different measures. This is what is a dual axis. This is a dual axis. Now let me create one more dual axis with other data. See, I have a customer segment where I have a sales or shipping cost and unit price, and now click on the dual axis and make it to high value, and give the same dual axis for the synchronize axis. Now select the shipping cost and change to line, and change to unit price as a bar chart. This is the way how to represent the data. So that means this line is representing with the unit axis. No, shipping cost is representing with the shipping cost giving the detailed data about the line, and unit price representing with the kind of bar chart. This is the way how to change the value. If I want to decrease the size of the bar, you can also decrease the size of the bar. Select the unit price and now decrease that. Select the unit price and decrease the unit price. Okay, this is the way how to represent the data and how to increase the size of the bar as well. Size of the bar or size of the line. This is the way how to represent the data, and click on this so that it could be more visualizations. Okay, this is a kind of dual axis. Dual axis 2. Now the same representations, that means as we said that 2 measures and 1 dimensions is suitable for the dual axis. Let me create one more chart which we can represent the data by using 2 measures and 1 or more dimensions. That's we call it as a scatter plot. Okay, scatter plot. scatter plot is a one more visualizations where you can represent scatter plot 0 or more dimensions, and one or two to four measures, 2 to 4 measures. So now how scatter plot will represent the data means, okay, when you have a two measures, when you apply the two measures, now this will be represent like this. That means one measures in a y axis and one measures in a x axis. So it is representing in y axis and x axis data. That means two measures, measure 1 and measures 2, measure 1 and measures 2 with the kind of, we can say, the correlation between two measures, Now just create the data. Now drag your profit to 0, and sales to the column. By default it will be created a scatter plot. See this scatter plot, the profit representing in one axis, sales representing in one more axis. If you want to change that axis, you just give the swapping option so that profit is vice versa between sales and profit. Now see this, there we have a small circle, where it is representing that, sales, total sales and total profit, Now that means the profit scale is here. If it is the profit scale is here, the total sales, total profit here, and this representing total sales scale is here. So that means it is give you that a circle view when you wanted to represent the data by using two measures. Now let me drag one more dimensions to the color. Let me drag product subcategory. Now understood that where your data has been divided by the dimensions. That means everywhere you have a kind of information, and when you select this color symbol, it has been highlighting the circle. This product subcategory is the place where it is representing the sales and profit in the same area. We can say this correlation between your profit and sales. So let me divide one more. Let me remove this product subcategory and drag your customer name to the color. Now see this, it is representing that there are many areas where users, where clients are, where some of the customer name in between the kind of, these are the customers of sir who has a profit and who has a negative profit, not in the positive profit. That means it is profit is divided by the negative and positive. That means 0 is the scale, in that above one is the positive, below one is the negative. That means you could understand that how much and how those customers and how many customers are, how this kind of informations in which segment and which area there has been very less for the business. So this is the way how to understand that by using dimensions to the color. Now let me apply this trend line for the. Now if I apply this trend lines, what is trend lines means? Trend line apply this, okay, how your business trends in the business trends are kind of business trends with the total value. Now just go to the show trend lines, right click, just go to the trend line and click on the trend lines. Trend line give you that kind of better way understanding and which area they has a and good market for this. Let me swap it. Now see this, in this area there are a kind of more business from the customers. The trend line give you that how the trend has been applied for the business by all the customers. Now let me create a one more scatter plot. Now drag your profit to the column, sales to the rows, and drag your product category to color. Now apply this trend line for the product category. Now see this, how the based on your total business about the product category subcategory, it is applied this trend line, and by using trend line you can easily understand that how your business has been into this market. Okay, this is what the trend line data. Now scatter plot, that means you can apply the we can apply the trend lines when you are created a scatter plot. Okay, so you can understand the business and you can also understand the relation, or we can also say this correlation between your sales and profit, or you can say this two measures correlation by using scatter plot. Okay, this is the way how to create the scatter plot. Now we'll discuss about line charts. Okay, line chart where it represent the data, in the kind of line format. That means when we are normally use the line chart means if you want to understand or if you want to analyze your business in the form of forecasting about your future business based on your previous data, and also understand your business trend. So by using line chart it is very easy to show this and represent the data by using line chart. So if you want to create a line chart, we need date field, or date column should be and date column and two measures should be used. Or not only two measures, you can also say this one or more measures to represent the data in the line chart. Now take this, I have a order date here. Now drag your sales to the rows. Now see that by default it is give you that a line chart. This is about almost the year wise data. If I want to apply this quarterly wise, you just right click on the order date and click on the quarterly wise. Now it is representing that quarterly wise data, but you are not able to understand that which quarter it is. That most we have a 4 years data, and it is showing only quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3 and quarter 4. Now we are not able to understand that which quarter it is, which year quarters data it is. Now instead of using the quarter in the first one, right, if you click on the quarter here, it is now representing that how to represent the data in the form of quarter wise. Now let me create a filter and shows the data by only 2 years. Now select the 2 years data. Now see this, we have a representation by 2011 quarter 1 to 2012 quarter 4. That means in this every quarter it is displaying that how is the business by using quarter wise. In the same time, if you want to see that month wise, you can also apply this month wise, but here we don't have that much space to display that. It is displaying only April, August, but we have a sales data from January. See this is the January data. Now if you want to represent that symbol or circle on the line chart, go color and select this one, so that it will be give you that divided by how it is. See, this is January data, this is February, March, April, like this, but it is representing 2011 to 2012. Let me select all the years data. Now see this is 2010 till 2011 to 2012 data. That means it is month wise only. It is showing month wise data. So if I want to represent the data, if you want to display the data on the line chart, you just go on click on the ABC. This is the way how to give you that. Apart from the month, you can also apply that week number. That means it is showing that week numbers like 7 days like this. Now let me show you that how week number. See, it is showing that the each month divided by the week. Okay, this is the way to represent the data. And also you have a year wise, sorry, day wise. Day wise means we have a how many days, 365 days, or how many kind of date it will be represent that. See, this is the way how to represent the data. That means when you right click on that, you can able to see the data by displaying the measures. Now as we discussed that, right, you can understand that how this forecasting, how your business means in the future based on the historical data or previous data. If you want to find, if you want to understand that how is the future business, you can also apply this feature. That means by using forecasting, right click on the view and there is a forecast. You just click on the forecast. It is representing the data, that means future data, but it is representing only till 14. If you want to representing what till 20 years, till 13 years, right, or till 100 years also, it will be displayed that, but it will support till 99 years only. It will be that tableau give you that data which is maximum 99 years. So for forecast options, if you want to click give 10 years, exactly 10 years, click on the exactly 10 years. One second. Now take the added date and sales and forecast, so forecasting, and it is showing that it is not showing in between this 2012 to 2013. Let's make the cut options. Okay, ignore last year, make the 0 and click on. So if I want to apply this forecasting on line chart, you just right click on this and apply forecasting, and now it is representing only 1 year forecasting with the previous year data. Now if you want to change that to 10 years or 5 years based on your kind of expectations, or you just give that. If you want, now it is giving only exactly 1 year. Now see this, if I give 10, it is applying that from 2014 to 2023 data, because we are giving the values here. Like that we can apply forecasting till 99 years. We can't apply more than 99 years in forecasting options. Now this is the way to estimate our kind of expected business based on our previous data. If I give 2 years, it will give you that 2014 to 2015 data. Now if I give 10 years, see, till we have a forecasting till 2023. This is the where we normally apply the forecasting on that. Okay, now line chart with forecast. Line chart with forecast. Now let me create a one more line chart, order date and sales. Now it is different, giving you that total sales in the year of by year wise. Now if I drag my customer segment to the color, it is divided by the years and also representing this customer segment informations. Now if we click on the customer, now see this how the sales in the 2010 to 2013. If I click on the corporate line chart has been highlighted. We also call it as a highlighted actions. We are now highlighted the our data on the view by highlighting enable option. See this, we have a highlight enable. Now if you click on this, if you select, it will not be highlighted because highlighted mode has been off. Highlighted mode has been deselected. This is the way to represent the data by using line chart. Okay, I created a line chart here, also applied the highlighted, also applied highlighted actions. So this is the way to estimate that. Now let me apply the forecast for this business, for this customer segment. Now it is representing your forecast for the 1 year data. You can also change forecast options, whatever you want to represent the data on this. If you give 10 years, it will give you at 10 years data. This is the way how we normally apply the forecasting. Instead of that, we also apply the trend line on the line chart. Now right click on this, click on the line and click on the trend. Now it will apply the trend line for each customer segment. See now how it is applied the trend set. So now it is not. Now let me remove this and see the trend line. This is kind of sales and which if the possibilities of your business. Now if you right click on this, edit trend lines, and now we have a different model types of your trend lines on the view. If you click on the logarithmic, now see this how it is apply that. Trend lines, edit trend lines, and click on the sole trend line in a color. You can remove this color, and now see this, we have only one options, one trend line applied on the color. But why it is allowing the trend lines line per color? See this, if you apply this, so confident bond, what confident bond representing the data in the line chart based on our trend lines, So this is the way we normally represent the trend lines on the line chart. So this is trend line with trend, and we have some other charts, some other line charts, and these. Now let me drag your order date to the here, and sales to the rows, profit to the rows. It is we call it as a it's a dual line axis, or we can also say this individual axis. That means each measures representing with the different types, different lines in the same view. Okay. Now let me create a dual line. If you want to create a dual line, you just click on this dual line. Now see this, in the same view, that data, that measure has been divided. This is about sales information. It is showing in one line, and where we have some other data like profit, it is representing in some other line. That means two axes, it is representing the two axes, or we can also say this dual lines by using different scale on the different two measures. That means this sales scale is different and profit scale is different. This is the way to represent the data in the dual lines. So just click on the dual line and understand that this profit informations in the one line and sales information in the one more line. This is the way the dual line charts. Now we also have a combined or dual combination. Dual combination means we just click on this dual line and now create a dual combinations. Now drag the order date and drag the sales and drag the profit and click on this. See this, it is giving us different it is giving that profit in the bar and sales in the line chart. But now when we have a combined chart, or we can also call it as a dual combinations, we don't apply synchronize axis, because synchronize axis, if we apply the synchronize axis, we call it as a dual axis. Here we are applying this dual combination, where the scale of different measures would be shows different scales for this, for the dual combinations. Dual combinations is represent that one measures in the different mark and one more measure in the different mark. This is the dual combination, where we can say this dual lines. Dual lines also represent the different same line apply that, but will not apply the different mark for the different measures. That means dual line we are applying as a lines, but here dual combination, one apply as a bar, one more apply as a line. This is what the dual combination and dual line different. Okay, this is what the line chart. Now we have a area chart, dual combinations. Now let me create a area chart. Area chart we can call it as a cumulative frequency. Now once you create a sales, once you drag your order date and sales, if you drag customer segment and here check the area chart. Area chart represent the data as a cumulative way. That means it will be give you that the data which we need to understand like this. Area chart. See, normally how represent the data means, if you have a line chart represent that, see like this. This is about, if you have a data here 2000, it will represent that the scale based on the scale. Now if you have a one more sales which is 4000, that means here is the 4000 representing that line chart. That means the zero, pointing the zero and counting your scale, based on the scale the lines will be changed it. But like area chart, how the area chart has been updated, right? See, if your data is started with the 0 scale and 2000, 4000 like this, okay. Now if you have a one customer segment which is starting with the 2000, that means line will be enabled with the applying the color for that. Now if you have a one more data which is for the 6000, now it will be cumulative your data. That means 6000 means it has to apply the 6000, it will be take this as a 0, scale, and now it is apply for the 8000, because the point of the second customer segment is 0, and now it is counting from 0 to 6000. So the scale would be here. This is the way how it will be applied that. In next one, if you have a one more 10,000 sales, right, 1000 rupees sales, it is starting from 0. 8000 is a 0 point. From that 9000, it will be give you that 9000 value. This is the way cumulative, or you can also say this area chart for the area chart, how it applies that. But line chart give you that individual understanding and individual data count, but here it is combined the data, or it will be cumulative the data. So this is the way how normally we create the area chart. Now we have a one more chart like discrete chart. Discrete chart, nothing, you just click on the discrete and your data would be divided by discrete. This is the way how data has been discrete the chart. See this is applying as a discrete, means if you are apply this chart as a kind of information where it is give you that order date nothing but if it is representing that 2010, 2011, 2012 and 2013, it will be a continuous chart. If you apply this as a discrete, the chart has been divided by quarterly wise or monthly wise. Like now here it is divided by the, if you apply as a discrete for the quarterly, the quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3 and quarter 4, here it is representing that 2010. In the same way it will be divided that, and it will be give you that quarter wise data, and here it is a 2011. So this is the way. That means it just discrete means it will be divided your year by quarterly. Okay, quarterly. If you want to apply that as a monthly also, you can discrete to monthly, and it will be divided by the your monthly area chart or discrete chart. Okay, this is the way how to represent the data. This is area chart. You can also create a area chart once you drag shipping date and customer date here and sales. Now click on area chart, and if you want to create a discrete area chart, click on this and discrete chart. This is the way how to apply the discrete chart. Okay, now see this, the quarter 1 divided by the month wise, quarter 2 divided by the month wise. This is the way how to represent the data. And the dual, or we can say this area continuous and area discrete. Now let me create a one more chart which we call it as a word cloud. This is a custom chart, word cloud. This is a custom chart where we can represent the data. We can represent the word as a kind of format based on the, when you see that word size, based on the word size, you can understand that how the business for that particular word. That means I have a almost 20 states, and if you want to understand that, which state is more sales, now when you see, when I represent this state wise sales, I can represent that in the bar chart. Okay, and it will give you that where is the more sales, the bar height is very more. But now I am applying the state as a text based on the text of the or size of the state name. Here I can understand that how the sales happen. So if you want to click the word, if you want to create the word cloud, now select ABC and drag your state to the text and sales to the size. Now it is representing your sales as a your states in the form of if based on the size of the state you understood that which state is more sales. Now I can say this California state is top 1 sales because the California state giving you that a good kind of more size of the your state. Okay, if you want to apply the color, for the states, you can drag state to the color, and otherwise if you want to apply this color for the sales wise, you can drag the sales to the color. This is the easy way to understand the data when you don't want to display this any in the form of charts. Okay, in the form of charts like bar chart or scatter plot, or it's a kind of stacked bar, or it's a kind of pie chart. Okay, this is very best way to show you that data, because the word means the state, individual state give you that the size of the your sales. When you see that size, you understood that how the sales is. Okay, this is a kind of custom chart where you can create this manually. You can create this manually. Okay, this is the way how to create a word cloud.